I've spent some time tracing over a couple of emoji designs that I'm going to use for my Emoji Remix assignment. A couple important things to point out here. I've made sure to carefully separate out all my layers. So you can see on artboard 1, I have my rolling eyes emoji. And so I've been very careful to label all of the different parts. It's going to really help me a lot when I start to merge these two designs together. I've also, as I've been setting my colors here, kept a relatively small color palette of global swatches, and I'm using those to set the colors in my design. This again is going to make it really easy to control my colors and keep them consistent. So for example, I have this sort of yellow color that's setting the interior of the faces on both of these emojis. And because it's a global swatch, I can very quickly edit it. Maybe I want to make these, green or something like that. I think that's not really going in a direction that I want, but that's going to help me later on. So let me cancel out of here. And when I copy these into a new document where I'll do my emoji remix, those swatches will come along with my artwork. All right, so let's get a new doc set up, and we'll use that as sort of our destination where we'll bring in different parts of these emojis and merge them together. So let's start up a new file. And this time we're going to be working in a small file because this is an emoji and it needs to be emoji scale. So we want this 1 inch by 1 inch. We just want one artboard since we're just making one emoji. We don't need a bleed, and under the advanced options we want our color mode to be RGB color. Since we're just working on screen-based graphics here, we're not going to print these out. So go ahead and click create. And we've got our 1 inch by 1 inch document. Before I do any editing here, I'm just going to go ahead and save this out. So I'll be flipping back and forth between this, my destination file, and my source file that has multiple artboards. So with these two designs, you can see, of course, the sort of face layer that's in the back of each one is the same. So I can copy either one of those into my destination artboard. So I'm just going to go ahead and target that head layer that's on my left-hand artboard, and then just copy and paste it into my destination. And of course, it's taking up the entire artboard and then some because we're copying from a large document into a small document. So we need to make sure we scale down. And to quickly scale this down to fit in the artboard, I'm going to hold down Shift, and that's going to make sure the width and height proportions stay the same. I'm also going to hold down Alt or Option, and that's going to scale from the center in. So that way I can very quickly line this up. And let's zoom back in a little bit. Oops, and let's retarget. And here we want to make sure that our design is going to be as readable as possible at that small emoji scale. So I'm going to scale this to take up as much of the document real estate as I can. And of course, this being a vector image, we can really easily come back later on and scale this up or down as we need to. But for now, I'm going to try to get it all the way up to the margin. Now, some other elements that I'd like here, I want the rolling eyes. I know that for sure. So I can target all of the shapes from my layers panel that make up that part of the image, and again, just copy paste. And once again here, I'm holding down Shift and Alt or Option on the keyboard at the same time. And that just makes the scaling a little bit easier. And back to my source file. And I'm thinking what I want to try is to grab the heart and the sort of kissy lips from the blowing a kiss emoji design and see if I can incorporate those with the rest of my eye rolling emoji. So again, this is where it comes in really handy to have clearly labeled all of my layers and just been careful about the way I'm arranging things, because I can just come in here, see exactly what I need, target it, and just copy paste it. And again, just scale down.